Now, what I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted by this phone overheating was that do I feel like the investment is worth it? I feel like the investment with BC Raceworks is worth it because they turned out good work. Like, the car is drivable. They made sure that the engine went in. It hasn't shown me an engine light even after all the random problems. Like, I have not seen a check engine light not one time. So hats off to them for that. They at least made it dependable. I got a lot of creaks. I feel like I have to figure out replacing my my suspension, pretty much all of it. I'm gonna go away from those stock mushroom mount looking things if I can. I'm gonna go away from all that. Go find a better option, hopefully, because I don't like that shit. I don't like the fact that it wears that shit shouldn't be having issues right now. I mean, it still rides normal, but you can hear the chattering. You sound like this motherfucker shivering. You can hear it. So I'm eventually gonna have to upgrade that. I'm upgraded to something nice. Probably I might go with the suspension shit that they like when this fucker got the bumper fucked up and I had to have all the front passenger bumper part replaced. I had the whole bumper replaced because, long story short, when I first got this car, it was a mess. Like, drivability on this car when I first got it was fucking terrible. I mean, I figured out how to deal with it and all, but that first week, ran into the back of somebody. I didn't really run into them hard. I ran into them like going 5-10 miles an hour maybe, because I let my foot off the pedal, and this car, when it was tuned like that and with the stock torque converter and all that shit, you let your foot off the pedal, that shit just rocket forward. You can let your foot off the pedal now and not worry about rocketing into the back of anybody. Shout out to BC Raceworks for tuning this shit properly. That was another thing about the place in Ohio. They didn't have a way to tune this shit. I could get a tuner and do it myself or send it somewhere else, but the place here never had a plan to actually tune the car. They mentioned it once when the one place was under different management before dude passed away, and then after that, nobody ever mentioned tuning this car. So yeah, but finding an attorney for the whole car issues is the next plan of action, because we all know that General Motors lost that one case in California. They're probably going to lose the one in Michigan, the one that I should be a part of, but I'm not, because I be doing stuff. So the fact that I have to actually drive my car, y'all need to see that, but the fact that I actually have to drive my car, and it's not always you can just sit around and wait for your shit to be repaired, because it took 2 years for this car to actually be to the condition it is now, to where it's actually drivable. And it took so much. Like, if you count all the fucking money and parts that went into this shit, like, people ask me, was it worth it? No. Hell fucking no. The car should come like this stock. You shouldn't have to worry about, oh, I gotta replace the rocker arms, otherwise I keep that shit in my whatchamacallit, so you can see that I ain't bullshitting. I gotta replace the rocker arms, otherwise it just breaks. And then the trunnions from this shit. Plus this shit. Still never fucking heard back from fucking Johnson. They never responded to me when I'm like, yo, this is the shit that was in my car, unbeknownst to me. I was about to put the same exact thing in my fucking car. And it's just like, when you see that, when you can use, I don't know if the camera gets that, but there is a lot, visibly you can see that there's scarring from the up and down motion. I would never use these again, because these are supposed to have a lifetime warranty. I have a whole fresh set in the back that I'm going to sell. These are supposed to have, remember, they're supposed to be in here. I told them, like, when BC Raceworks was like, do you want these in there? I was like, I'm not going to fight you on it, mainly because I would rather have the shit with the lifter tray to at least hold it in fucking place. At least I know it won't be drooping up and down. Hold that shit in place for me. Because once you know how the engine fucks up and breaks, you don't want to deal with that shit no more. But, yeah. And when people tell me, oh, these engines don't have AFM, seen it with my own 2 eyes, friend. Saw the fucking lifter with the fucking spring pulled out of the engine with my own 2. So you can say GM is a saint, an angel. They don't do shady shit. I've seen with my own 2 lifter pulled out of car. Another different SS. They pull the fucking exhaust, the fucking exhaust thing off the shit, exposes the fucking valley cover. It's all bumpy. You can see the AFM settings in the fucking cluster if you know how to access the shit. These cars were basically built in the same exact manner as the GAG, TGXP, etc. They were built all with the same fucking shit. And General Motors was like, oh, we'll do this with this car, this with this car, and then we run out of parts, we'll just do this with this car. That's why we didn't get the supercharged version. If your rocker arm starts to do that after about 30 to 40K miles, because that old engine only had 30K miles on it for me, then it blew the fuck up. This one's only got maybe 4 or 5 max. It's fucking fine because I made sure that when they put stuff in there, it was properly thought out. It was not about making this car fast. I don't give a fuck. I didn't want the sound either. I would rather it be quiet, but here we are. When you change the rocker arms ratio, it opens the exhaust more, which means this car no longer gets the complete shush from Tormo. Now you can always hear it. It's just you can hear it and then you can really hear it. But yeah, the review of this car is that basically, for the most part, it's drivable. It works. I'm hoping it don't have issues for like 5 fucking years. I don't want to see any engine problems. This thing will always get its fucking oil changed. They said 3,000 miles, it's getting the shit 3,000 miles. The end. So when this shit hits 109K, it's gonna get another oil change. Then after that, because the oil isn't all that expensive. That's the other funny part. They try to make it seem like people don't change their oil. The oil that they put in this fucking car is not all that expensive. It's like what? 35, 40 bucks. And then you pay the fucking yit if they fucking put your drain cap on so hard that you can't get this shit off yourself, or you don't have the fucking drill. The police is fucking with somebody. The police always look at me and I nod to them like, you know who I am and you know what I'm doing. Don't bother me. I'm just delivering the merch. If I have to go around a bitch, I'm sorry. I got 1 ticket for going around a bitch. That was in Silver. Silver got me a fucking ticket for going around a bitch. It was in this car too, before it broke. But yeah, that's it for me. I gotta go deliver some bullshit. Later.